Oops. All right. I suck at technology, but I give up. Okay. All right. So can you guys still see me if I do this? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I never know what's happening on this iPad. All right. So today we're talking about the arc line. I'm really glad that you guys are here. I feel like I put out the intention to spirit all the time of like, please let the people that need to receive this like show up and like receive it. And I think it's like, it seems very, I don't know, it just seems very intentional because this has been brewing in the back of my mind. I was like, they need to cleanse their arc lines. They need to cleanse their arc lines. Like they need to clear their arc lines like over and over again. Because I think a lot of women and men too have this thing going on with their exes where they're like they're thinking of me. Like I see this online a lot of times. I'm like, I'm always thinking of this person. Does that mean they're also thinking of me? When I'm looking at people reaching out to tarot card readers, a lot of times the question is like, is he thinking about me? Like, is he coming back? Is he interested? Because we're always like trying to subtly pick up these signals from people without like asking them out front. You know what I mean? Without just straight up being like, I don't know, calling them or whatever you want to say about it and being like, hey, are you thinking about me? Because I can't stop thinking about you because that would be so, you would lose so much aura from that, obviously. Like you can't tell them that you like, you miss them or whatever. Hold on, I think someone's in the waiting room. No, they're fine. Okay. How do I
So we're
go
not bringing them in, right?
with the
I don't want to bring
thoughts?
them. I don't want to bring them in.
You don't want to bring them in, but are the thoughts happening? Like, are
Yeah,
the
they just started. It's my twin flame, and I'm like, why am I thinking about this dude all of a
oh,
sudden?
especially with this
And
twin
I don't
flame?
want him back in.
It's a lot. It's a lot. If you, especially if you have had penetrative sex with this person, anytime.
Uh-uh.
No.
Oh no, I was talking to my
Oh,
mother.
okay. It's
Mhm.
okay. She's like,
Listen,
no, we didn't
years.
do that. No, but if a man has penetrative sex with a woman, just biologically, anytime that happens, he imprints on her arc line. And there's a couple reasons why that happens. Um, Humans kind of have to keep a partner because a human baby requires a lot of work. You know what I mean? A female in a human body is a very intuitive psychic thing. So having like these psychic tethers to their partner who is potentially going to help them raise this child that needs all of this energy is very important. You know what I mean? Like kind of um post pre cell phone, you kind of have to like keep tabs on your partner. And if you have a lot of partners, then you have a lot of tabs going on everywhere. If you have like one perpetual person that just keeps coming in your mind, um that is, it's not like you're calling them in. It's more like a mechanical issue. It's not like you're obsessed with them or okay, so if you've done years of healing, right? If you've done all the therapy, all the journaling, prayer, different weird rituals, cord cuttings, you still can't find space from this person in your mind. Like this person is just popping up, living rent free in your energy. It's not like a weakness. It's not like you're obsessed with them. It doesn't mean you're secretly not over them. It's just this it's a mechanism literally in your subtle body. And I want to talk about that specific structure in yogic anatomy because it explains it a lot better than psychology can explain it. And it's called your arc line. So in our lineage in Kundalini Yoga, we don't just work with the physical body. The physical body is part of a 10 body system. And it's only 1/10 of your lived experience. So if you are operating solely from the physical body, you're really operating from a fraction of the richness that your life on this planet could be, right? So some lineages talk about the mind, body, spirit combination. Some lineages talk about the 5 bodies, some have 7 bodies. This lineage in particular has mapped out 10 distinct functional bodies, and each one of them has a job. So the goal of yoga isn't really to become mystical or to become esoteric just for esoteric sake or just to be mystical, just to be like a weird weirdo in the mist in the clouds. You know what I mean? It's very practical. It actually grounds your experience and it grounds your life and it grounds what you're able to do on this planet so you can function better. Practical Magic was my favorite movie. Did anybody else love that movie? I feel like that comes up like over and over again in my life. I'm like, I love this movie since I was a child, and I like literally love making magic practical. So this is it. Like you can make a very esoteric concept tangible and malleable. And when all 10 bodies are functioning well and they're communicating clearly, you will feel more creative. You will feel unfuckwithable. You'll feel like nothing can really touch you. You'll feel very resilient. You'll feel more like yourself, big self, not little self, not little, I want a boyfriend, ego self, like big, true self. When we're not gonna shade the I want a boyfriend because she's valid too. We love her too. We love that girl too. But it does when you're operating from your 10 body system, you feel more alive, you feel more creative, you feel like you can make very quick decisions that are very grounded in your truth. And if one body is congested or distorted, it feels like life gets much harder than it needs to. And I heard Sadhguru talk about this thing called ojas, which is like a spiritual lubricant that he says like kind of just makes life flow better for you. And it translates directly to this. So okay, so we have the soul body, we have the subtle body. I'm not saying them in order. We have the negative mind, which is the body, the positive mind, the neutral mind. Then we have the physical body. Then we have the aura, the arc line, the subtle body, and the radiant body. I think I said subtle body twice. But the subtle body and the soul body travel together. All of the other 8 bodies get dropped when you die. When you leave this planet, you only leave with your soul body and your subtle body. The subtle body kind of carries the soul body into the next physical body. And it takes all of these imprints with it. It takes all of these things that we call vasanas with it. All of the patterns that you developed in this life travel into the next life. And that's why you have preferences. That's why there's things that you just don't like. That's why there's things that you're allergic to. Unexplainable things like a baby born with cancer, or weird things like that we can't really explain are all traveling with us through body to body to body to body to body. A lot of these partners that keep like coming up in our field have been traveling with us. You've had this partner over and over and over and over and over again, right? Like this is a lesson that you've had to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat, which is why it's so like profound and kind of annoying and persistent and won't go away. But today we're going to focus on the 6th body of the 10 body system, which is the arc line. So the arc line is the baseline auric structure that holds the incarnational patterns. So the subtle body kind of translates through the arc line, the destiny patterns, all the blessings. It's a transmitter, it's a receiver. It's not a metaphor. I really want that to be clear. The arc line is not like some symbolic language. It's not like a poem to relate to reality through. It is literal. It's a functional part of the energy body. Just like you can't see oxygen, but you're breathing it. Like just because you can't see something doesn't mean it's not affecting you. So you should really start to think of these things as like literal things. And the more that you have awareness of them and you work with them, the more tangible they become to you. So the arc line is called the steering wheel of your aura. It is, like I said, it's a receiver. All this subconscious information and energy that you're receiving from the universe comes in through the arc line. All of the things that you're projecting out, all of your things that you're transmitting out is projected through the arc line. So if you are visualizing, if you're looking at a vision board, if you're projecting an intention, a resolution, something to the universe, you're telling the universe, I want this, it's moving through your arc line. And if you have a very weak, congested arc line, it's like this. Like God is receiving your intentions like this. Like they just kind of flap. They don't really go anywhere. If you have a very powerful, fast moving arc line, you can kind of shoot an arrow into your destiny if you want to like change something, alter something, whatever. Um, the it's the place where your intention can become a direction. You can give it a flow. And if your aura is like your ecosystem, if your aura is like the atmosphere around you, the arc line is kind of telling the atmosphere where to go, and it's also receiving information from the atmospheres around them. And in both men and women, The primary arc line runs from earlobe to earlobe, kind of across the hairline. I always wonder what this means for bald people, but I don't know. I don't know about this, but literally across where the skin turns to hair, like the sand turns to water on the beach. This is a very important part, and that's why it drives me crazy that women are putting like lace front glue on it all the freaking time and like covering it with chemicals or whatever. It's or relaxing it, or anyway, they this part where your skin turns to hair, your hair is the physical manifestation of your nervous system. So it is like your broadcasting antenna. I think like they're very onto something with Avatar when they're like connecting their hair to trees and connecting their hair to animals and stuff. It is very like much how you speak and communicate and receive information. Um, so it goes from earlobe to earlobe. It runs in a figure eight pattern. Clairvoyant people can see it pretty well. It moves at different speeds. Some people say they see it in different colors, and the normal colors that your arc line will show up in will be white, a blue, or a smoky gray color. Um, Women actually have two arc lines. Naturally, women have another arc line that runs from nipple to nipple, and it traces like this radiant semicircle across the chest. And the second arc line is for connecting to your children. It's how women have that psychic connection to their kids, that they're, even if you don't breastfeed, you have that connection to your lineage. I just know what my kid is doing. You know what I mean? Or like if the baby's crying miles away, you start like leaking milk in the city that you are. It's from that kind of psychic connection that happens there. I don't know why men have nipples, but I don't know. Well, maybe God knows. God knows. Maybe in the future they will evolve to lactate as well. I don't know. Maybe we're all turning back into women. But it is the interface between the mind and the subtle body. It moves in the figure eight. It's constantly circulating information back and forth, back and forth. You've seen it in art. So I think people were much more clairvoyant back in the day. In paintings, when they show saints, when they show enlightened people, when they show awakened people, they show this glow around their head. If you've seen it, that's the arc line. That's people literally seeing this like radiance coming out of the head of people who are like very aware of what their soul is and what they are and how this reality is functioning for them. But everybody has it. It's like an angelic technology. It's like a halo. And I've even heard with communicating with like non-human entities, communicating with spirits, communicating with aliens, communicating with beings that exist in different frequencies. The arc line is very important because it's receiving and transmitting information. I was reading this one article about a guy who had an experience with an ET, and he was like an army guy. It was like very official. He said like these beings came out of a ship. He felt something hit him right here and he passed out immediately. He just like lost consciousness and passed out. And that's like literally the communication coming in through the arc line. The frequency was too powerful. He lost consciousness. It's just like, I'm gone. I don't know what that was. And when he came back to, everything was gone. Like all the aliens were gone. Everything was over. He had missed everything. But he had this very profound like experience while he was out of his body. But it has to do with kind of the speeds that the arc lines move at. A faster arc line doesn't mean that someone is better. It doesn't really mean they're more evolved. Kind of. It's more of a processing capacity. Everybody's on their own path. We can, if your arc line's moving very quickly, you can hold more information, you can hold more energy, you can hold more responsibility without fragmenting into pieces, without losing it like he did, without just like dissociating. Like I can't, whatever frequency just hit me, I lost it. There's different kriyas and practices that we do to speed up the flow of our arc line. And we'll get to those, but it is more important to clear it first to make sure you have like this radiant, bright white arc line that's just clear. It's not full of any past life bullshit. So you can receive all of this like really good stuff that's coming in without the congestion. So when the arc line does speed up, and it will when we do this practice later, something very interesting will happen. Life starts to respond a lot faster. Oh no, I knew there was people. I'm so sorry. Hi. Hi, sorry. Sorry. I didn't see you in the waiting room. Hi,
Hi.
Asma. How are
Hi, how are
you?
you?
Sorry, I was just getting into the talk and I didn't see you in the waiting room. My
No
bad.
worries, no worries. I'm just glad that I'm here.
I'm gonna put the recording up on YouTube so whatever you missed in this little 5 minutes you can see again,
No
okay?
worries, no worries.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for having me and thank you
Of
for doing
course.
this.
Thank you
And
for
I'm
being
signing up
here.
for from India, by the way. Big fan. I love whatever you talk about.
Oh my God, take me to
So
India. Please get me out of here.
whenever you come here, you can just reach out to me. Please be my guest.
I know, I swear, I know I have a past life in India because that's like
I'm
all I've
sure. I'm
ever
sure.
been obsessed with. Ever, ever, ever since I was little. That's like the first thing I wanted. Okay, so where was I? So we're just talking about this energetic body called the arc line and
Right.
how it affects us in our human lives, especially as human lives as women. I think there was a man that signed up to come. So I'm not trying to be super partial to women, but I do usually just teach women. So yeah. Okay, where was I? Sorry, I have notes to keep me on track because I get very distracted. Okay, let's see. When the arc line speeds up, your life will respond faster to you. Your projections, your intentions that are moving out through the arc line will start to hit the universe faster and it will relay to you quicker. Things start to align more easily. This is why people call it miracles. I think what a miracle really is a profound alignment. You know what I mean? What luck is a very profound alignment. It's really signal clarity. Like I'm projecting my intention out into this field. It's receiving it. It's hearing me, and it's responding back to me. And I can receive its response. And when your internal signal is clean, the external world doesn't really have to guess what you want. You know. So now the part where people kind of tense up, and I want to say it very gently. Okay, in this lineage it's taught that penetrative sex does create an energetic imprint on the arc line. That's not to shame women, and that's not to say you're dirty or you're carrying all of this like nasty yuck with you. I work with sex workers, and we get their shit clear. So like don't worry about, just being a regular woman. It's not about controlling women. It's about understanding how intimacy interfaces with the mind. Because when you are bonding with a person physically, please trust and believe that on all different levels, you guys are also merging, right? It's not just the physical body that's ever doing anything. The arc line literally sits right here on the hairline at the level of your mind, right? At the level of your crown chakra, at the level of kind of close to your third eye. It's a very mental thing going on. And when an imprint occurs, that person's just not in your heart. He's literally sitting on your head. He's sitting on top of your head. And that's why you can't stop thinking about him. He's in your mental field, literally occupying space. And now it's like I'm thinking about them. Does that mean I want them back? Does that mean like they're thinking about me? You can hate that person. And I've seen this a lot of times. Like you can really have a lot of disdain for that person, but they're constantly popping up, constantly popping up. Like I don't like them anymore. Intellectually, I know much better than to return to that person, but I cannot stop thinking about them. And you feel mentally preoccupied. You feel very emotionally tugged, wondering, is this a test? Is this something? Am I supposed to heal him? Like I see a lot of women going through that. Like, is this like my karma to bring this man like out of his lower tendencies, whatever. um it's really not. It's really purely mechanical in the subtle body. They're not haunting you. They're just like literally their pattern is sitting on your head. They're sitting on top of your head, and you being here, your spirit guides know and trust that you are the person that has the responsibility to clear that stuff out if you want to. A lot of people do not respond or do not resonate to practices like this yet. In their incarnational path, they are not open to practices like this because they're not in a space where they are ready to kind of have the steering wheel to their own energy. Right? They get tossed and turned by bumped around by the ocean of samsara, as we say. You know what I mean? But you get to a place in your incarnation when your guides are like, okay, you can handle it. I'll let you handle it. Here are the practices that will allow you to handle it, and let's see what you do. So the X's tend to resurface right when you start moving forward. As soon as you start moving away from them, all of a sudden they're texting you, right? As soon as you're like, I just am not responding to him anymore. Like all these, like he all of a sudden turns into this emotionally available man, right? Like, where was this? Like, where was this when I was emotionally open to you? It's not. It's not like the universe is telling you to give him a second chance. It's really like cords are being removed. He can feel that energy pulling away from him that he was receiving, not thankfully. He was very much receiving energy from you, but by being on your arc line all this time, and by you walking away from it, that energy depletion is causing him to reach out, or causing her to reach out. I'm trying to be non-partial to him. Causing him to reach out, causing her to reach out. People on a subtle level can feel when that energy starts to be removed. So that doesn't mean that you turn back and say, okay, he's changed. No, because as soon as you go back, it's going to revert back to the original state. When your arc line starts to shift, the old imprints will destabilize. They'll try to reassert themselves. Don't take it as some sort of sign. Just keep moving forward. It's not fate. It's literally mechanism, right? And even if they're flailing and begging and becoming this prince, just keep moving forward. Just trust me. Just keep moving forward. There's something much better forward than back there. So let's be super clear. These teachings were sometimes used historically in a fear-based way to like police sexuality, and that's not how we want to use them here. Sex is a household thing. Sex is a beautiful thing. Sex is a very human thing. It doesn't mean don't do it. It means be careful, be selective, and do yoga. Do yoga, do yogic practices, do meditative practices while you're doing whatever you're doing. This is a system that actually gives us a choice, which is why I love these teachings. With awareness and with practice, Divine Mother has given us these uh, just these beautiful options that we can take the steering wheel of our own life. So with awareness and practice, we can enter sexual experiences without the deep imprinting. We can deactivate imprints that were already there. You can reclaim the sovereignty of your own arc line. These imprints take up very valuable real estate in your energy field, and they will crowd out your prosperity. They will push out your ability to be creative. You'll find yourself kind of stuck in a rut. You don't want to do anything but like figure out what's going on with this person, or it can fog your clarity. It can change your radiance. It's an energy suck, right? And the arc line governs what you magnetize. The arc line is governing what you are receiving. So the clearer it is, the more radiant your life will become. And clearing the arc line doesn't really mean you're going to erase the memory of this person. It doesn't mean you're going to deny love. You can be a very full, all loving, all encompassing being, but or even bypass your grief of loss. It just removes active access to your energy, so you can honor what was. It doesn't mean you're gonna forget your ex. It doesn't mean we're like Men in Black, like mind wiping you with the flashlight thing. It's like um as we move into this faster, more momentum based year, this will matter much more because speed will amplify whatever is already there. So we're not, it's hard to put into words. We're not really manifesting right now. We're not forcing right now. We're just clearing the signal so you can receive everything that's waiting to come in for you. Okay? Sound good? Okay. Oh my God, am I forgetting more people? No. Okay, we're good. All right. Does anybody have questions before we begin the practice? Is everybody in a space